Today we're gonna be doing a push workout, but we're gonna do it more chest focused. We're gonna start with an incline Smith machine. I'm gonna walk you through the entire workout. So we're gonna start with a couple warm-up sets. So off camera, I already did one warm-up set. That was my second warm-up set. This is gonna be kind of like a working set. I might not take this quite to failure, but I might just stop shy of it because I am gonna probably increase this weight. Now my goal when I set up in this movement, like I said, I want that bar path and my arm path to be in line with these upper pec fibers. So I'm actually thinking about not just pressing straight up, but I'm actually thinking about bringing this upper part of my arm to my chin or my clavicles. So my collarbone right in here. So I'm thinking about bringing my elbows up, but in squeezing my pecs. Now I know I'm not gonna be able to converge my hands together because I'm using a fixed bar, but I'm still gonna be forcing and trying to create as much tension by bringing my hands together through the movement. Another cue that I want you to think about for any pressing is you wanna make sure that your wrist and elbow is stacked the entire time. What I mean by that is, as you come down in the movement, you don't want your elbows to be flaring back like this and having your shoulders rolling forward. So again, you wanna make sure that your wrist and elbow are stacked on top of each other through the entire movement. So it's gonna look like this. When I'm performing this, I really want to emphasize the eccentric. I'm not too concerned about slowing it right down because obviously as the weight gets really heavy, I'm not going to do a 4-second eccentric, but I want to make sure every single rep is consistent through the entire set. So I'm not just dive bombing onto my chest. I'm still going to control that eccentric, bring it down, create as much tension in those pecs, and then explode up, bringing those elbows and biceps in towards my chin or my collarbone. I'm gonna do another set at 225, and then we're gonna increase from there. So the mic on my hat is not there for a fashion statement. I know a lot of people do it. I'm literally doing it because if I put it here, the bar just hits it. So that's the only reason. Just a little FYI. Especially when I post like incline presses, people tend to ask me, is it okay to arch your back? I think it is okay to arch your back. A little bit of an arch in your lower back is completely fine because I think it comes down to the preference and the person's body. So for instance, I have quite an exaggerated arch already in my lower back. You can call it lordosis. Whether that's postural or not, me having a slight arch is actually what's comfortable for me. I feel it more in my upper pecs. Whereas if I try to keep my back neutral, or what others think would be neutral for them, but for me, it feels like I have too much stress on my shoulders. So again, it could be a mobility thing. Point is finding something or finding the setup that actually works best for you. Again, I'm not overarching. I'm not engaging my lower back and trying to crank it all the way back like this and keep my chest up. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm keeping a slight arch. It feels comfortable, no pressure in my lower back, and I feel all the tension and stimulus on my upper chest. So we're gonna do another set here. I'm gonna try to go to failure, or as close to failure, maybe one rep shy, since I don't have a spot, but I am on the Smith. I don't know, we'll try for 6. Okay. Last set. We're gonna go again for as many as we can get. I didn't quite get 6. If I don't get 6 on this one, well, regardless if I get 6, I'm gonna do a drop set. So I'm probably gonna take off the quarter, do 2 plates for as many as I can do with good form, take off the last plate, just do 1 plate, and kind of rep out to failure as many as I can, including partial reps. Lengthen partials. Ah. I'm gonna do a drop, but I'm gonna give myself about 15 to 20 seconds of rest. So I'm not just gonna go right into it because again, I want every rep to be quality. Again, it doesn't matter how many we get. Quality reps. Oh. A little bit of butt lift. Oh man. All right. That last rep was a little ugly, so now we're gonna do as many to failure including partial reps. Oh, shit. Okay, so we're doing to failure, but again, I'm emphasizing with the partials at the end of every set because I'm just trying to squeeze out as much of the muscle that I can, if that makes sense. I'm taking it to failure, but I'm doing as many partials as I can, trying to prolong the set for as long as I can to create as much tension on those pecs. Third set. So again, what I'm thinking about as I'm pressing, this machine actually is great because it does converge, but even more so, again, I'm trying to pull my hands and elbows together as hard as I can. So when I'm in this extended position, I'm really trying to bring or almost cram my bicep into my pec as hard as I can. Keeping my chest up the entire time, so I'm not rounding forward. Keeping that chest and sternum up high and inhaling, I'm almost exaggerating the stretch on that eccentric. So I really want to expand that rib cage, create as much tension and stretch in the pecs as possible. Final set. He's like, I'm not gonna. we're gonna move on. So we're gonna do 3 sets of these seated cable flies. And again, same thing, we're just gonna go to failure, keep form strict. One thing I'm thinking about is really getting that stretch in the bottom position here. I'm bending at the elbows, but then as I extend forward, I'm straightening out my arms. Again, bringing my biceps together or thinking about cramming them into my pecs. Chest up high. I'm retracting my shoulder blades here at the bottom to open up my chest and make sure I'm getting the deepest stretch possible. But then as I fly, I'm not keeping them retracted. I'm letting my shoulders move naturally. Next set. Second set, going heavier. Same thing. Okay, last set. We're going really low rest time on these. I'm really only doing like a minute. Final set. We're gonna do it similar to how we did with the Smith machine. So because it's my last set, as many to failure with partials, then I'm gonna drop it and I'm gonna continue on with as many reps as I can get. Drop it. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on. Now we're gonna do some shoulders. We're gonna do about 3 shoulder exercises. 1 press, which we'll do a machine, which we'll do next. Machine lateral raise, and we'll finish off with a superset of triceps and dumbbell lateral raises. Let's go. Oh, fucking out of breath. Ay, ay, ay.